Okay, so the last time we talked, it was right after the draft and right before free agency, and we were just wondering, like, what are they gonna do? Gee, he has all this money. I wonder if he's gonna get anybody. Well, he got everybody. Well,
He's not as over the cap as some other people. I
yeah, I don't know how all that works. I don't
listen, I don't
know.
know how it works either because they're probably signing these people and then it's like, oh, we're signing you to 5 million, but like one hits the cap and the four is like something else.
No,
I've seen
something's up because right now they're 1.5 million over the cap. So, um, I don't know how that works. I don't know when they have to be cap compliant. I don't know how that all works, but I just do not want the same situation as last year where they were right up against a cap and they could not bring people up from Wilkes-Barre because Ron Hextall was such an idiot. I just hope they're aware of that. That's all. Anyway, so we wondered what they would do, and they did a lot. So let's go from biggest to smallest. We'll save Jari for last though. Um, they got defenseman Ryan Graves, 6'5" defenseman, formerly of the Devils and Avalanche, received a 6-year deal worth 4.5 million annually. Basically, he replaces Dumoulin. Good. I like the signing. He's relatively young, which is amazing. They got somebody under 30. I don't know. Maybe maybe there was an error in their thing and they thought the 2 was a 3 or something like that. I can't believe they got somebody under 30. So um really happy about Graves. They got Lars Eller, a classy veteran center who most recently played in Colorado, received a 2-year deal worth 2.45 million annually.
34 years old.
He's young for a Penguin. He's only 34. Matt Nieto, a good fourth liner with wheels and penalty killing acumen, received a 2-year deal worth 900,000 annually. Noel Achari, bottom six forward, who Dubas previously acquired in a trade in February, follows him to Pittsburgh on a 3-year deal worth 2 million annually. Alex Nedeljkovic, um, uh, goalie, signed a 1-year deal worth 1.5 million, and a whole bunch of other people. Got a bunch of people for Wilkes-Barre. Who else did they get? They got
Will Butcher.
Will Butcher, which is I wonder. It's like I was wondering. It's like, is this the Will Butcher that was like really good in college and they were trying to get a few years ago? Yeah, it's that dude. I can't believe he's still available. I don't know. He's one of those. I guess one of those offensive defensemen that just haven't worked out yet. Um, so they also got they got back Radim Solhorna, who's that big 6'6" dude.
Uh-huh.
Yuna Kopanen, Mark Johnstone. Um, that's it there. And then
I
uh
saw Ryan Shea
Ryan Shea, yeah,
from
and Will
Dallas as well.
Butcher. And then in goalie, they got Alec and blah, 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 and Magnus Hellberg. Pretty close, pretty close. We almost had another Moose.
Oh, I miss those days.
And then the other major move is they kept Tristan Jarry, 5-year deal that will pay him 5.375 million annually. What the heck? I'm just mad. I love all those moves except for this one. I don't get it. I know you love it. Why do you love it?
I don't like the price. I'll be honest. I don't like the price. I think it was a little steep. But I just don't. I don't want. There's just something about him that I feel like there's still a good goalie in there. I think this was just a bad year. I think this is a bad year overall. If you look at every player on that team, it was just not a stellar year. Um, I just, and especially with them signing some younger, hopefully faster defensemen, uh, I feel like it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. It's not as doom and gloom as you think. I just don't like the price. I would have probably, what is he, 5.5 a year?
5.375 a year.
I would have been happier 4. I would have felt like I'd have been happier.
The people that like this deal, or
It's nobody from what I
they're the only real, they're very few. There's a lot of pissed off people about this.
Oh, yeah.
The people that defend the deal say, listen, if you want one of the best goaltenders, you're paying 8, 9, 10 million. Look what the dude in the Islanders just got, like 8 years, $8 million, something like that. So this is the going price for a really good goalie. So in that case, if you think Jarry is good, then that's a bargain. It's a potential bargain. Okay, fine. My problem is there have been very few times when he's been good. There's been a lot of times where he hasn't. And when it counts, when it was in the playoffs or in big games, he stinks every single time. That is a huge red flag to me.
You know what? I'm with Dubas on this. I'm not worried. I told you he was going to get re-signed too.
You called it, but then I mean you love him, so it's
I don't hate him. If at this point, but you also have to look at it this way. They have like a bazillion goalies somehow. And I mean, they could have got, who was it? Was it Quick that I sent you that was like league minimum for a year? He went, that wouldn't have been a bad backup. I would have taken him over to Smith, deal out to Smith and take him.
Yeah.
I don't think I think it'll be fine. You're also missing, they could just deal him at any point. Like if someone's out there and they're like, oh shit, we need a goalie. If they have another lead on, who was it? Logan Thompson that you'd called before. Hey man, maybe they do a swapsies there, or it's a three-way deal where they trade him to somebody who's in need of a goalie and they get him and run with it. Or maybe he's going to be your point man and you got how many younger, guys that we just signed, like goalie wise, that they're going to back him up and that they're good enough. They feel if they need to go one on, one off, they can do it.
Yeah. That's a good point. They could just at any point. Well, not at any point, but I mean, I think he has like a modified no trade clause or some crap like that, because God forbid, you gotta give that to everybody.
Really have a no trade clause? I didn't even know that. Oh,
I think he does. But it's limited. So yeah, you could, if let's say he totally sucks this year. Let's say which he sucked for a lot of years. Let's say he just totally sucks this year. Next year they say, okay, bye. We'll go get someone else.
Yeah.
Whatevs.
It's not like, the thing is we're still over cap space. That's what I'm worried about. And I feel like the biggest one is his. So if, oh my.
Look at this. We are little now.
I feel like I'm back at work. But I feel like he's the biggest dispensable cap hit out of all of the people.
Well, they have a lot of dispensable cap hits, but I mean, there's because I mean, we're not
Jeffy.
We're not we didn't even talk about the elephant in the room yet. But anyway, let's look at, this is from the Athletic, the depth chart as they see it now. Obviously, the first line hasn't changed. Crosby, Gensel, Rust. And then the second line, you have Riley Smith replacing Zucker. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. So
I didn't know Richard Raquel still played. I forgot all about him. Ricard.
He's okay. He's Ricard. Yeah.
Whatever.
Ricky Rackle. So on the third line, they say this Achari is going to be the third line center. I don't know about that. I think it might be Lars Eller. But anyway, you have him in between Drew O'Connor and Granlund.
Well, Drew O'Connor he just filed for arbitration on salary arbitration. That's not until the end of July, early August that they would even get a hearing on that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, to me, that's just a salary. Like, I mean, they'll keep him. There is just a salary, I guess the way it works is that like they just present their numbers and then they it says, they yell at each other.
Yeah, it's nothing. But what if they fine in his favor, and we can't afford it.
Well, they already can't afford a lot of things right now. So yeah. So as of this point, Granlund is still on the team. What they're saying is because O'Connor went to arbitration, there is a second window to open up to have a buyout. And
Oh, maybe
that opens up the possibility for trading for Erik Karlsson. I don't know how. I don't know how this would work, but I don't know. So the fourth line would be Eller centering Matt Nieto and Jeff Carter, because we gotta have Jeff Carter in there.
Can't get rid of him just yet.
Can't get oh god. But buddy, take the hint. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you. Just go
You were
away.
cheering for him last year. Don't start. October.
No, I wasn't. I was
cheering for him. You're like, Jeff Carter's the best ever.
Yeah.
He scored like 2 goals. I love him.
I think that did not happen. Okay. The defenseman is basically Ryan Graves replaces Dumoulin on that top pairing, which was very funny that Dumoulin, honestly, he was I think it's funny that he got picked up by another team, and I think it's funny that he was on a top pairing for that long. He just did not have a good year. I think his skills went down. So anyway, as of right now, Pedersen is on the team and Petrie is on the team. They're both rumored to be.
I heard that they were both up. They were trying to get rid of both of those in a trade to get Karlsson.
Right.
But that's all rumors. Karlsson's probably going to Carolina anyway.
You know what? I'm fine with that. I don't really want him.
Yeah, I don't really care.
I mean, yes, he's 33. He makes a ton of money, and yeah, he's great offensively, but I think he's like absolute dog crap defensively. Just lousy.
I think he got overhyped a little bit. I mean, I don't say that the numbers aren't there, but you can look great on.
How does it work? How does it work that he makes like 11.5 million. Crosby makes 8.7 million, and Malkin doesn't make that much, and Letang doesn't make that much. They basically took discounts to come back, and you're bringing on this guy that's making 11.5 million. Is making 3 million more than Sidney Crosby.
Well,
what?
Sidney Crosby signed that deal 10 years ago, and he did
sign the deal 10 years ago, and
really good break.
And he liked that number because he likes the number 87. So that's why he's 8.7 million. Bro, you should like the number 99 or something, or 98.
But the other thing is he was signed by, who was he on? The Senators? Was he originally the Senators, Karlsson?
Yeah. He was on the Senators.
And then he went to the Sharks.
Right.
Yeah. I'm looking at all the bad contracts that they've had up in those like Toronto and Ottawa and stuff. Yeah, that's why he makes as much as he did. There was nobody else on that team. Yeah. If I can't name another person that was on the team at the same time Karlsson was on either team, actually. And that's why he makes money, because he was the face. He was the only person they had.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
I'm sure people will be like, what about this person? I'll be like, I don't remember them.
So if they traded for Karlsson, they would need to dump a salary. They would need to. They would to. I mean, they're over the cap, and they would have to have San Jose pay for some of it, and they'd have to give up probably a first round draft pick, some prospect, Petrie, Granlund, Pedersen, maybe P.O. Joseph. They'd have to trade a whole bunch of stuff for an old dude.
If you see these lines, we have extra dudes. Not saying that, like, I don't know.
Dudes, yes.
If Ty Smith is a one-way deal, I don't know if he's going to end up in Wilkes-Barre again or what. I don't know how these. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how all these deals are set up. But we got a lot of time to figure it out too. But I feel like getting rid of those would not be terrible. Are you looking to buy a jersey now too?
Yeah, because I don't have enough. So we'll see. I don't see it happening.
Oh no, I don't either.
I don't see it happening. But yeah, I don't know how all these contracts go.
I honestly think that they're putting out a bunch of names like Detroit, Carolina Penguins, like bigger bigger names except for Detroit. I think they're just trying to drum up enough people to be like, what can we get? You guys are in the running, but if you sweeten the deal, maybe we'll trade with you. And then they're just trying to get whatever they can for them.
We'll
But
see. We'll see.
We're not getting them. I'm not worried about it.
I don't think
There's
so.
no reason.
I don't think so. So, but I mean, overall, are you happy with what Dubas did?
I don't hate it. Like I said, I know that you yell at me that I actually don't hate Tristan Jarry like you, but honestly, I don't think I'm not upset with it. I'm upset with the number a little bit. Everything else, I feel like Graves was a good pickup. I would like to see some of these guys. I'm excited for Ty Smith. I hope he's up. But I mean, we still have training camp. We still have preseason to get through to see how this is all going to shake out line wise. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if getting Karlsson meant that we could dump about 5 people that are dead weight. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, okay. If you get rid of like Carter Petrie, like I don't even care if Pedersen goes. I don't really care. I'd be all right with all this.
Yeah. All I wanted was for change. And we got a lot of change. Basically, half the rosters got changed almost.
Yeah.
He brought in a ton of people. So that's why I'm happy.
And he didn't bring in, not that this is a big thing, but he didn't bring in just a bunch of like bottom line, no name people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he brought in some decent people like Smith. He brought in like, Graves, like people that you maybe aren't like the McDavid of the team, but they're not like some Jeff Carter guy that you've never heard of.
No, yeah, there's a they're proven guys with good track records. Yeah. So you can't, almost everyone he got, there were no head scratchers. They were like, dude, what are you doing? Like what? Like
none of them, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. None of them were like a really bad deal either, money wise. Like none of them were like, I mean, except for Jarry. I would have liked to see it in the 4 million range, but they see something I don't.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. All I wanted was change. We got change. Now we don't have change with the coach, so he's probably going to pull the same stupid system that he's been doing for 6 years that worked 6 years ago and doesn't work now. But
I don't know, because I mean, we shook up the front office a little bit enough that I feel like maybe he understands that he's under the scope a little bit. And with some of these new guys and some of them being a bit faster because they're not 30 whole years old, maybe we'll see a little bit of change in them. But I mean, we still have to see how they work together. At the end of the day, we still need to see how they all mesh. Could we get an HBK out of this? Maybe. Could we get, a Dumoulin or like,
they're hoping
still on this team.
They're hoping that Ryan Graves is the new Dumoulin. If they get Dumoulin, like prime Dumoulin, to work with Letang, that's a great first pair. And if Petrie's probably going to be better, maybe, hopefully. Pedersen's going to be good. P.O. Joseph should improve. And then you got Jan Ruda for some stupid reason. But still, I mean, there's potential there. I mean, maybe they could bring up Ty Smith. There's a lot of potential.
But who's going to be on the long-term injured reserve for the whole year so we can have some cap space?
I'm hoping Carter.
Buddy, you got to pull something. You're older,
bro,
pull something. We'll pay you to sit at home. Just go away.
Hey, sometimes when you're old, just getting out of bed, you could get injured. I got a big cramp in my leg the other day just from stretching in bed. Okay.
I've done nothing, but my jaw is like out of whack.
There you go. And we're both old. So yeah. So yeah, Carter can come down with something. Carter can
come down with something.
Yeah.
Oh,
he has the sniffles. He's put him on LTIR all year, and then he can make a special cameo in the playoffs.
Back.
Who Tampa Bay did that the 1 year.
Tampa Bay did it. Toronto did it last year. I'm pretty sure Vegas did it.
Yeah. That's the way to go.
Loophole. It sucks, but the loophole's there.
The Pittsburgh Penguins with special guest Jeff Carter. That's what I want. a cameo by Jeff Carter. That's what I want. I want him just to pop in for a special guest appearance. Yeah, we'll see. They've kind of blamed the medical staff for Jarry. They've fired some of the medical staff on the team.
Holy balls.
So maybe I mean that's
so wait,
that's
you're
pretty
telling
bad.
me that a medical doctor, and they're in the area of UPMC, they have like some of the best doctors there. People go to Pittsburgh to get shit done. And you're telling me, well, I haven't seen those commercials where like I'm an athlete and I go to UPMC in a while. You're telling me one of these medical doctors said, "Oh, Jarry's fine, get back on the ice," and they were like, and he's like, "Oh my God, my leg's falling off." Yeah, no, I'll go do it.
No, I'm guessing what happened was it wasn't that they said, "Oh, you're fine," and you're not. I think maybe you do things to prevent an injury like that, or maybe you do something. Maybe they did something to make the injury worse or something, or not better. I don't know, but they weren't happy with the medical staff and they got rid of some of them. So maybe. Oh wait, Mr. Miyagi's dead. Damn it. Maybe they could get some like some magical healing person or something like that. Ooh, acupuncture.
Oh,
Stick some needles in Jarry. Maybe that'll activate the part of his brain.
They do the cupping now. All those athletes do cupping.
Yeah, they do. It looks weird.
Yeah, it's like acupuncture without the puncture. It's actually acupressure, maybe.
It's weird. You get those big marks on your body.
It's not gonna hurt you, dude.
I had that tape on my back, that like KT tape or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a hairy back, so it turned out when I had to take it off, it turned out like the like that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin when he's like when they were waxing his chest. I almost yelled, Kelly Clarkson. It was really painful. I'm sure none of the Penguins have hairy backs. So yeah, we'll see. We're on Karlsson watch now.
No, I'm not. I'm living.
You don't think there's any chance of them bringing him in?
Listen, unless we dump about 4 or 5 people, it's gonna have to be a 3-way deal, like with somebody else to take some of this crap off our hands. And like I said, I'll accept that trade if we dump about 4 shitty contracts. One, we need to do that just to make up for him and still have space, and we'll get rid of him, and that'll be good enough for me.
You get rid of Carter, Granlund, and Petrie, or any combination of those 3, I'm thrilled.
Oh yeah,
they're dead weight.
I'd be happy with that. I mean, you're bringing in Karlsson, but whatever.
And there are teams that I think still need to hit the salary floor. So yeah, let's do that.
Chicago dumping ground, I believe, is maybe they're still under because they've been taking on a lot of
whatever. I mean, we got plenty of defensemen.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Fine there. We have plenty of forwards too. So we could lose some people. Either way, if they don't make a deal, I'm happy. If they do make a deal,
you want to get rid of Crosby, Malkin, and Letang for Karlsson? That's what I just heard.
Well, obviously not. We would need like a draft pick to come back too, or maybe
maybe like a second rounder.
Second rounder, a fourth line center. Then it would make a good deal.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine they just all get together and say, "Hey guys, let's split. Guys, let's get out of here." Just a 3 team. The 3 of us. Let's just get out of here. We're done. We're Sharks now. Think about that a Penguin beat a Shark in the Stanley Cup Finals. A Penguin beat a Shark in anything. That's amazing.
Oh man, I can't listen. We're not even in any training camps or anything. I can't think of any.
I mean, there's no scenario where a Penguin would beat a Shark.
Why not?
Well, the Penguin better stay out of the water. That's for darn sure.
Gosh.
Unless like the Penguin was like driving a sub or something with like nuclear warheads, then maybe it had a chance.
But what if there was like a little crack in the hull?
Yeah. Okay. We need. Let's end this. This is This is going off the rails. I don't want to think about
Off the rails. I wasn't even there.
we weren't even on the rails to begin with. Okay. I'll see you.
See ya.
Bye.